by its harsh chill in the air. I am the Zorawar Singh Fort.
गाइस, बीएन के ब्लॉग में आप सभी का स्वागत है। मैं आपका भाई बीएन झा। आज मैं आपको लाया हूँ जोरावर फोर्ट लेह, और वहाँ पे मैं अभी हूँ खड़ा। आप देख सकते हैं मेरे पीछे। आगे बढ़ने से पहले आपसे एक निवेदन करना चाहते हैं कि अगर आप हमारे वीडियो को देख रहे हैं, अगर आपको अच्छा लग रहा है तो हम लाइक करें एंड चैनल को सब्सक्राइब, ताकि हमारा हौसला टूटे ना। गाइस, आपको मैं लेह के अंदर में जो लेह का व्यू है वो दिखाने वाला हूँ। जैसे जोरावर फोर्ट, लेह पैलेस, शांति स्तूप लेह, उसके बाद रांचो स्कूल, इस चारों जगह पे आपको हम घुमाएंगे और दिखाएंगे। तो चलिए पहले हम फोर्ट के अंदर चलते हैं।
I have been anointed with its soil, mixed with the blood and sweat of great warlords. I have been the witness to the saga of a great warrior who once traversed this land and single-handedly changed its destiny forever. I've been bathed by the enchanting breeze of the Himalayas and weathered by its harsh chill in the air. I am the Zorawar Singh Fort. Born at this very place in 1836, I vividly recall the history of this land and welcome you all to rekindle the saga and legend of those glorious days once again. Yes, indeed, this beautiful land was brought into the folds of the Indian subcontinent by the great benefactor of the Sikh, Maharaja Ranjit Singh, through the bold and daring expeditions led by his general, Zorawar Singh. But before I take you into the history, let me first lead you through the geographical landmarks of this region. Ladakh is made up of Leh, Kargil, Nubra, Baltistan, Zanskar and Lahaul Spiti. It lies to the west of Tibet, bounded by daunting mountain ranges, the great Himalayas in the southwest, and Karakoram range beyond the Nubra Valley in the northeast. The mighty Indus is omnipresent, flowing between the Zanskar mountain range on its southern side and the Ladakh range on its northern side. Leh, its capital, is situated at 11,480 feet above sea level on the northern bank of the mighty Indus River at the crossroads of valleys. There is the Suru Valley and the famous Kargil Hill feature in the west. The Turtuk and Nubra valleys descend to the north. Pangong So Lake and the plateau of Chongpang are located to the east, in the Neoma subdivision of Ladakh. The road to the famous tourism and adventure spot of Manali goes past the Surmoriri Lake towards the south. The Nubra Valley is popularly known as Ladumbra, meaning Valley of Flowers. It has an average altitude of 10,000 feet above sea level. To reach Nubra Valley, one has to cross Khardungla, located at 18,380 feet altitude, and is the highest motorable road in the world. Nubra Valley is famous for the double-humped camel, a legacy from the Central Asian trade caravans. Further upstream rests the Siachen Glacier, the famous Brockbird tribal community, believed to be descendants of the lost Aryan tribe, reside along the steep banks of the Indus River. the terrain is certainly treacherous, the most ominous and portentous is the Ladakh weather. Temperatures in the region can reach -20 degrees and even lower in the higher reaches. The winds are strong and the weather changes quite unpredictably. All this makes mere survival a challenge by itself, more dreaded than fighting the enemy. To motivate men to follow into battle under such hazardous conditions is not for a faint-hearted leader. General Zorawar, the great warrior, was certainly courageous beyond exception. The history of Ladakh, of about a century before the advent of Zorawar on the scene in 1834, is replete with frequent invasions from outsiders and local battles between Ladakh and Baltistan chieftains. It was the order of those times to wrest territorial control by force, to expand trade and revenue. The invaders came in hordes to loot and plunder. First, it was the Afghans from the far west who took charge of the area, bringing with them the Muslim religion. They were followed by the Europeans who brought in Christianity, though they could not make much impact. The Tibetans also made some incursions. Finally, the area reverted to the influence of the Balti. With them, Buddhism came back with greater acceptance. They also brought in the Balti language. Both the Balti and Buddhism have by and large become the most entwined in the culture of the region. All this was before Zorawar swept through these ranges with his Dogra and Sikh soldiers in 1834-80 and established a garrison of 300 soldiers in my prescient in 1836-80. In 1803, at the early age of 17, in a twist of fate, young Zorawar Singh was spotted by Rana Jaswant Singh, a Jagirdar of Gilihan, who was greatly impressed by his tall, imposing frame of 6 feet and 4 inches. Sensing a great future for the young Zorawar and himself, Jaswant Singh took him to Galihan, now known as Doda, near Jammu, and trained him to be a soldier. Zorawar then joined service under Gulab Singh Dogra, who initially employed him mostly for defending the forts to the north of Jammu. For some time, he also worked as an inspector of supplies, where he displayed his acumen for administration, effecting a saving in the scarce provisions for the garrisons. In 1820 AD, Gulab Singh captured Kishtwar and was appointed governor of Kishtwar by Maharaja Ranjit Singh. He in turn appointed Zorawar Singh to administer the new district, awarding him the title of Wazir. But Zorawar was a man of his own destiny. He harbored warlike ambitions of expansion of his jurisdiction. He led 4 perilous expeditions into Ladakh. In the summer of 1834, on sensing great internal unrest in Ladakh, he marched in with 5,000 soldiers from Kishtwar. The bone-chilling sub-zero temperatures through harsh terrain would not deter him. He chose to march from southwest to northeast across the Zanskar range, crossing through the Sam Valley at 14,700 feet, covering a distance of 336 miles via Sur. His army had matchlocks, swords, and artillery pieces carried on mules. During the invasion, Zorawar Singh and his army had to face stiff resistance from Ladakhis.